In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the new features in ON1 2020. Hi there, everybody. My name is Matt Kliskowski, and ON1 has recently announced a new version. The new version isn't fully out yet, but I thought I'd do a quick high-level tutorial on just what's new, what's coming. As that new version comes out and starts shipping, I'll make sure I do tutorials that dive in more to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I think one of the first really cool ones is going to be the print module. So if you go over here on the right-hand side, if you just select the photo, go over here on the right-hand side, and that takes you into the print module. You'll see, of course, the normal stuff. You can choose your printer and your paper and all that stuff, but you can also start to get some different layout options here. Okay, so you can get your print area. I can do fit, I can do fill, 8x10, 5x7s, contact sheets. Keep in mind it says fill, but keep in mind this also is governed by your paper size. So if you don't choose a borderless paper option, like some of the options inside of there, then you're going to see a border on it. You can, of course, choose your printer profiles and all that fun stuff, add watermarks, sharpening to it. And I keep in mind also, I only selected one photo before I went in here. You'll see it says page 1 of 1. Had I selected more photos before I went in here, I'd have more layout options when it came to those photos. All right, moving on from that, here's another one that is near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to jump over into edit. And by the way, this isn't a new tip, but if you press and hold down on edit, it actually you see all 4 modules there. I'm going to just press and hold and jump straight into effects. One of the things that they've added is a sun flare filter. It's actually not new. It's been there for a while, but they've really enhanced it in this version. And I've always been a fan of, when the weather doesn't work out the way that I want, when things don't work out the way that I want, I'm not opposed to adding what I need into the photo. And I've always liked and thought it was just fun to add some sun flare to the photo. I think it's a fun addition. So I created some sun flare overlays. Well, ON1 has included some of those here. So when you see and you click on add filter, you go over here to sun flare. If you scroll down here, you'll see you've got some different options than we had before. And you'll see there's lots of different little sun flares inside of there. So again, yours truly may have contributed to some of them, and pretty cool stuff though. Lots of fun, lots of just different options. You can reduce the amount, the brightness, the saturation. You can transform it, move it if you choose something that's got a center point in it. As we go through here, maybe if you've got one that's not quite in the exact spot that you need it, you can always transform it and move it around. All right, moving on from there, we've got the date pane. So let's head back over here to browse, and we'll scroll down. So you've got your folders, you've got your albums. Now there's a new date pane, which can be a really good way to find photos, especially if you've got photos scattered across multiple folders, which a lot of us do, and you happen to know the specific date certain photos were taken. This will be a quick way to find them. From there, we've also got map view. So if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you've got your grid and your detail view and your film strip view icons, but you've also got this map view icon. So if you click on that, that will bring up the map. It'll allow you to add GPS coordinates to a photo. It'll also allow you, if the photo already has GPS coordinates, to see that information on the map. All right, next up, we've got a couple of auto-toning things that are happening here. So if you head over into the develop module, if you go over to your tone and color section, you'll see auto and you'll see AI match. So these are some new technologies that use AI technology to help improve auto toning of your photos. And I'd say across the board, all software companies are getting better at auto. So regardless of what you do, I got to tell you, there's a lot of times I develop my photos and then sometimes I click on auto just to see what it looks like. And sometimes I'm really impressed with what it does. From here, if you look under tone and color, so back in ON1 2019, they introduced camera profile. All right, so you've got these different profiles. You're just really going to see them when it comes to your RAW photos. You wouldn't see these on a JPEG photo because all this stuff is already baked in. So you've got your camera profiles. Well, a lot of people create their own. It's a very, very advanced feature if you create your own. So but people do create their own, and there's a little import section down there if you did create your own and you want to import those into ON1. Next up from there, let's head over into effects because we have some new filters inside of here. So I'm going to go back over to add filter. Sun flare wasn't new. Sun flare was just improved. We've also got a color balance filter. So if you want to do various color grading and different things along those lines, you can see here we've got our color balance. You've got your hue, your amount, your brightness, and then you can break this up between highlights, midtones, and shadows. Let's go back over to add filter here. Another one which can be fun is weather. So you've got a weather filter over here. So you can go in and you can add fog, you can add rain, you can control the direction of the rain. You see it says drizzle, rain, blizzard. We can add snow to this thing if we wanted to. So there's a lot of different options inside the weather filter if you're looking to add those effects or even maybe enhance some of those effects to your photo. Below that, let's go down next to the channel mixer. So channel mixer has been a pretty popular request from what I understand, which it's just essentially a filter that gives you different access to the red, green, and blue channels in the photo, okay? And most people use this for infrared photography, so you can swap channels, but there's other uses as well just from a creative standpoint. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. Again, I think you'll find the most use is going to be infrared photography where the channels don't quite look right, where you could swap those channels and have your conversion done right here. All right, let's see here. We've also got SmugMug integration. So if you go down to the bottom right corner under your share, when you click on share, you'll see the usual suspects pop up, mail, messages, all that stuff. But you're also going to see SmugMug pops up. So if you're hosting your photos on SmugMug, if you've got your gallery there, or if you're printing with SmugMug, you can now get your photos or share them directly to SmugMug right from here. And then I'll finish up with just some of the usual stuff that I think you see. You see in performance improvements. You're always going to see that camera. Improved noise reduction, really difficult to demonstrate, especially in a video because it's just the way things get compressed. But improved noise reduction. You've got again your usual performance improvements, interface improvements. You'll see it right over here in the presets. You'll see everything looks a little bit different. You'll also see little outlines and things just to help you see things a little bit easier throughout. One of them that I think is pretty neat, I'll go under the black and white presets and I'll click on one of the presets here. So when you click on a preset, you'll actually now see a fade slider right over the preset. So you don't ever have to even leave the preset if you wanted to fade your preset effects on the photo here. You can do that right over the preset section itself without having to go over into the effects. Okay. As I said earlier, this is more of a high level view just because the software is not fully out yet. So when the software does come out, I'll make sure I do some tutorials that dive deeper into everything and give you a little bit of a closer look at what's new.